Hi, I'm Chris Cinnamon. I'm head instructor at 𝗏𝗏𝗘𝗘𝗘 and author of Tai Chi for Knee Health, the low-impact exercise system for eliminating knee pain. I'm also the creator of the Tai Chi for Knee Health Masterclass. The Masterclass is a comprehensive video course where I guide you step by step through the entire Tai Chi for Knee Health system. This video is one of a two-part series called Getting to Know Your Knees. It's based on chapter 1 of my book and is adapted from a video lesson in the Tai Chi for Knee Health Masterclass. From these two videos, you'll gain practical insight into key aspects of knee anatomy and physiology, knee pain, including the #1 cause of knee pain in adults, knee osteoarthritis, and most importantly, the science underlying the Tai Chi for Knee Health system. I share this information because students and clients consistently tell me it helps them better understand why their knees hurt and how Tai Chi-based movements can heal that pain. You can find both these videos and other Tai Chi for Knee Health content for free on 𝗏𝗏𝗘𝗘𝗘's YouTube channel. Okay, let's get to know our knees. The knee consists of 3 bones. The femur. And the femur is the bone that extends down from the hip and creates the top of the knee joint. The femur is the longest and strongest bone in the human body. Because of that, the femur acts as a lever. And a lever is a simple machine that can concentrate force. And that force can be concentrated in the knee joint. Then we've got the tibia. That's the long bone that extends from the bottom of the knee down to the top of the ankle. And the tibia is the second longest and strongest bone in the human body. And again, it's a lever. And a lever can concentrate force. Then we have the patella, the kneecap. And it's a roughly circular bone in the front of the knee. We've only got a few bones like this in the human body. It's called the sesamoid bone, where it is embedded in a tendon. And the patellar tendon runs from up above the knee down to below the knee, and the kneecap is embedded in it. And the kneecap has a number of functions, including protecting the front of the knee. And also, by virtue of how the tendon coming down from the quadriceps go over the patellar tendon, it also helps to increase muscular force around the knee. And then there's a fourth bone here, the fibula, but it's really not part of the knee. It's a smaller bone that runs down parallel to the tibia, and it mainly serves as attachment points for muscle and soft tissue. It does not articulate with the femur or the patella, so it's really not part of the knee joint. So these bones make up to some degree the knee joint, but if this is all you had, they would collapse in a pile on the ground. We have some more structures we need to add here to get a functioning knee joint. So we're going to zoom in here and we're going to add some connective tissue. The connective tissue of interest here is first articular cartilage. It's the tissue that lines the inside of a joint. And here you see the articular cartilage that's on the bottom of the femur. So it's behind the kneecap, it's articular cartilage on the head of the tibia. And as we'll see in the moment, there's articular cartilage that extends back behind the femur on what are called the femoral condyles. And we've got another structure here that's of interest, meniscus. And each knee has 2, the plural's menisci, a lateral and a medial meniscus. And meniscus serve to cushion the joint, to help stabilize the joint. They're roughly circular structures, and they're wonderful for cushioning and stabilizing the joint, except they tear easily. That's a common injury to the knee joint. What I would like to do now, I'm going to turn the joint around, and now we're looking at the posterior aspect, the back of the knee, and take a look at some structures here. There's the articular cartilage, you see that, and it's shiny and smooth. When it's healthy, it's about 4 millimeters thick. Again, it lines the surfaces of the bone that are inside the joint, that articulate with other parts of the joint. Then there you can see the menisci, the lateral and the medial menisci. They're circular and they have a little bit of cupping shape to them, and you can see how the femoral condyles then fit into those. And what else do we have here? We've got some ligaments now. The ACL, this ligament serves to stabilize the femur and the tibia forward and back. And it is an area of common athletic injury because of the stresses that running and cutting and jumping and getting tackled can put into the joint. It tends to tear. And then behind that, you see the PCL, the posterior cruciate ligament. And that combines with the anterior cruciate ligament that, again, helps stabilize the femur and the tibia forward and back at the knee joint. So let's turn the joint around and add the next layer of structure. And this is the joint capsule. The knee and many articulating joints are sealed in a capsule of connective tissue. And the inside of the joint capsule is a special kind of tissue called synovium. Synovium secretes fluid, synovial fluid. And synovial fluid is very important for joint health. It cleans the inside of the joint, provides nutrients and lubrication, and does a number of other functions, and that benefits joint health. And the joint capsule is connective tissue, and when there's a knee injury, that's connective tissue that can injure too, and that can damage the synovium and affect the function of the synovium. Next, we'll add some other structures here. I've rotated the knee 90 degrees, and this is the lateral aspect of the right knee, and you're looking at it from the outside. And we see these straps, and these straps are ligaments. And here's the lateral collateral ligament, the LCL. An LCL sprain or tear is a common athletic injury when the knee collapses out. And then you see some other structures here. Those discs, bursa. And bursa are little fatty pads that provide lubrication and some protection between tissue that moves around the joint as the joint moves. And they can get injured, they can get inflamed, and an inflamed bursa is bursitis, right? Let's go around, let's look at the medial side, the inside of this joint. And then we see some more straps. And one in particular is of interest, the medial collateral ligament, the MCL. An MCL tear, an MCL sprain occurs when the knee collapses in. They can also tear when you torque the knee, twist it. This is the basic structure of the knee, the bones and the principal connective tissues. And I want you to just look at this now and look at this structurally. And let's consider now how a knee can take forces, mechanical forces. And in the vertical, the knee is really strong. You've got the longest, biggest bones in the body, and they come together with these flared ends, and they're great for transmitting force from up above the structure down to your feet to the ground. On the other hand, lateral forces, not strong. What is supporting the knee laterally? Forces that come from one side or the other. A few straps of ligament, which is just not that strong. So those tissues get injured is not surprising when we put lateral forces through the knee. Similarly, when we twist the knee, when we put torque force into the knee, it's not strong. Again, it's just a connective tissue that exists to resist that force. The bone doesn't. And twisting is another common source of injury to the knee. So those are the joint structures, the bones and connective tissue. But we need to recognize that the knee joint is part of a whole system, the leg. Now you see the knee joint with the major muscles that cross it, quadriceps, hamstrings, calves, all that. And then all the associated tendons that connect those muscles to the bone. If we're focused on knee health, it's not just the bones, not just the connective tissue, but it's a whole system, including the muscles and the connective tissue associated with the muscles. Now this is all wrapped in fascia, a light connective tissue, which has some function in joint health and keeping the joint more stable. Fascia is also richly innervated, including with pain receptors. So fascia around the knee can be another source of knee pain. So that's the knee joint, but the knee joint is part of the whole human body that moves in a lot of different ways that can transmit a lot of different force down through the knee. So here's one human body, mine, doing a little Tai Chi. On left side of the screen, that's a Wu style single whip. And take a look at that knee. And you can see that knee, it's pretty much over my foot. It's angled out. I've got external rotation at the hip joint, but the knee is over the foot. And the kneecap is more or less aligned with the toes. So the pressure going through that knee is fine. Now, in the other picture, that's a Wu style turn and chop down with fist, and I'm on one leg. So all my weight is going through that left leg, introducing the potential to put uncomfortable force in the knee all that way. But note the knee, it is angled out, foot's angled out, but so is the knee. And the knee is over the foot, and kneecap is basically aligned with the toes. With those fundamental alignments in place, the risk of putting damaging forces or irritating forces through the knee joint is reduced. To learn more about how you can restore knee health, eliminate pain, and enjoy moving again, click the first link in the description below to purchase my book, Tai Chi for Knee Health. And to accelerate your progress to pain-free knees, click the second link and join my Tai Chi for Knee Health Masterclass. Your knees will thank you.